My name is Carlos Dwayne Smith, Master Credit Coach. I've been traveling, living life, just having fun, and working really hard, to help thousands of Americans improve their credit scores. But it was a long road to get here. The journey wasn't easy, but it was well worth it. And I want to tell you a little bit about that journey. I came from a very poor background. Grew up in Memphis, part with North Memphis, grew up on a street called Kruger Street. All right. This is the house I grew up. This is some of the guys that I grew up with. They were a little younger than me, but we came from a very, very poor background. I think the houses in the community maybe about 40,000 right now. But the thing is I always strive harder, to really, take myself to another level. I worked a lot of jobs as an inventory control specialist. Never could keep a job for some reason. I don't know why, but I always end up getting fired or I just quit. That's kind of what took me to one level where I had child support on me. And child support was hurting me so bad, I was like $100 and some $1,000 in the hole, about $140,000 in the hole in child support. So I moved to Houston. When I moved to Houston, that's when I found out who I really was. I moved down there with my girlfriend, and we had challenges, but the only thing we had was each other. So she depended on me and I depended on her. And during that time, I was filling out applications for jobs, and I finally landed a job making $120,000 a year. All right. So that's when I kind of figured, you could be whatever you want to be, if only you just, put your heart into it. So back in 2008, the recession hit, and I lost that job. So I moved back to Memphis. I was getting unemployment, about $900 a month. And that paid, about $900 every 2 weeks, and that paid my rent, and I had a little leftover money. So I started cutting hair and, just doing a couple of things. But I met this lady named Carmen, and I was referring her a lot of clients on the tax business. And I seen that she was making a lot of money I never seen before. So I asked her to teach me, and she did. She wasn't doing it all the right way. She had a little hustle in her, but the thing was that I seen this guy named John Mayfield. He seemed to be honest and true. So he taught me credit. We opened up a tax service. And from there, I made probably about 60 grand my first year doing taxes. And I took that 60 grand and opened up a barbershop shop because taxes were seasonal. So I barbershopped it out, and I went back into tax season the next year, and I made like 100 and some grand. Then that was really cool. So I paid my rent up for the year, but every year around tax season, I was always broke when it came back around tax season. I was wondering why. I didn't have a car because you can't get a car without a driver's license because of the child support and some other things. My driving record was bad because I never had license. And every time I got pulled over, I went, to jail or whatever. And I had tickets and fines up to about 15 to 20,000. And so finally we moved forward ahead. I was struggling trying to build this business and build this tax business, but I could never take it to another level. I created the company back in 2011. It was Smith Financials LLC. So I finally ran into this guy, maybe 8-9 years later. His name was Marvin Smith. And I had been working on my credit because I had been doing a lot of investigation. I tried to fix my own credit. I let somebody else work on it. They did a great job. Credit Pro, shout out to Jason. They did a great job, but I had one account that I could not get removed, and it was the child support that was on my credit. So I met Marvin, and he told me $1,500 and hung up the phone. He was a cocky little son of a gun. But the thing was that he knew that he could get it done. So Later on during the next coming up tax season hit, I took some of that money and I invested $1,500 into Marvin. And Marvin fixed my credit in like 9 days. I was astonished. Then he asked me one simple question. He was like, do you want some capital? And I was like, yeah, I need some capital to help me grow my business. And he was like, cool. So go ahead. We want to go and get some capital. It didn't work as well because, my credit profile was still young and it hadn't been built up all the way. So go around, a little while later, I run into some extra change and I bought trade lines. Marvin took me to get 150 on my business and 150 on my personal. So that was $300,000. He charged me 10% of that, right? So if he charged me 10% of 300, that means he made about 30,000 off me. We ain't even talking about the what I paid him to fix the credit and all the other stuff that we did for my credit profile. So then a light bulb popped off. I was like, whoa, this guy's amazing. I need to learn how to do this. So I asked him how much it would take to take the course. And he gave me his price. His price was like $5,000. I was like, cool. He said, you got to give me a third down, then pick a date when you coming to Atlanta to take the course. So I thought about it for a while. I said, I might as well move to Atlanta because if I want to take this business, I want to take it serious and I want to have the time to be able to focus on what I need to do. So I moved to Atlanta. I took the course April 20th, 2017. And I was so focused into this business because I was helping people everywhere. One of my first person that I did was my cousin Lee. He really helped me out because I fixed his credit and he told everyone about me. He told all of his friends, and so I jumped into the business really, really fast. I was moving at light speed. I think my first year I probably did maybe about 150,000 my first year, and it wasn't even a whole year because, I just started in April. So of course about 8 months. The next following year I did it, but as I started growing my company, it started getting overwhelming. So then I had to reach towards, automations and stuff like that. We started looking at ClickFunnels. We started looking at all these other great tools that we was using. Credit Repair Cloud. Shout out Daniel Rosen and Russell Brunson. Got two great products that I use in my business. and that worked for a while too. So we started scaling to probably about 1,000, 2,000 customers. And I was like, I need something else. So I went to Salesforce. Salesforce is a great company. It really helped me, scale my business to the next level. So that was just a little bit about my journey, and now we still helping people. I have courses, writing a book right now. The book probably be finished by the time you get this video, but I just had to make it tell you a little bit about my life. Now I'm flying all over the world, private jets, taking my family, have time to go to my daughter's basketball game. She plays in college, so I can fly out at any time, be there for my son and daughter, and just living, practically free, setting up a business that kind of runs its own self. And I think that's going to be my next venture, is jumping into businesses that I can really help them grow and scale, because I figured out the blueprint to success in this how to scale a business. All right, thank y'all so much for your time, and I really appreciate you.